Alright, hello. I am finally back doing a video. It's been a little while. Been a little ill the last about a week ago, and then since then I've just felt really tired and I just haven't felt like doing a video. So anyway, but regardless to say, now I'm backlogged with a ton of stuff that I would have liked to have talked about, and so I'm just going to rattle through the first video that I'd like to talk about, which is this blimmin' balloon balloon nonsense. Ah dear. This Chinese, supposed Chinese weather balloon thing, spy balloon, whatever you wanna call it. I'm not gonna go into the gematria on it. There's some other people that have covered that. Um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about um, basically what this thing represents. And you may have heard it mentioned several times. Of course, as soon as I saw this image, this might be a better image actually. As soon as I saw this image, I'm like, you know what that's supposed to be is a reference to the moon. You know, that is what I'm seeing there. Okay, and then not only do we have we have this reference to the moon, and the moon actually has been out the last few days, um, pretty much full and in the sky during the day as well. So for this thing to be called the moon is not far fetched. I mean, number one, the ball loon, yeah, the lunar, the ball that is the loon, the crazy ball. The this is, the balloon is a direct reference. The name balloon is a direct reference to the idea of the moon again. Um, Not only is this thing all nice and white, um, but it has the satellite underneath, attached to it. It's not really a satellite attached to it. It's some solar panels or whatever they've put on here. But it gives that idea of a satellite. And again, the moon is the Earth's natural satellite. Okay, so we're getting the references. Okay, not to mention probably several people on news channels are likening it to the moon. Maybe, I don't know, because I haven't watched enough news to know exactly what is going on with what they're saying about it. But again, this story just stunk from the get-go, of BS. The whole idea of it showing up in Montana first without any other, without why would it even show up there anyway? Why wouldn't it have been shot down before it even entered um, Alaskan airspace, before it entered US airspace there? Why wouldn't it have been shot down then? This, the whole story just reeks of made up nonsense. So, what is going on though with the story? So we've got this idea of the moon, and the moon has been shot down. Okay, it was shot down today, somewhere over the Atlantic, after it passed over South Carolina, I think is what the story was. We'll go to Wikipedia and have a look at it in just a second. Actually, we'll go there now. The Wikipedia picture is just absolutely terrible. I mean, what? Why? Why would you even put that one on? There's so many better pictures. Um, but this has got all the backstory on the 28th of January. They had to mention January the 28th. That does actually tie back to Madonna, actually, the 28th, because I've got her in the Gematrinator, because I'm going to do a video on her in just a minute after I get this one done. But Madam X 128. So that was interesting that this has been brought up, as this thing sort of comes into consciousness here, January the 28th. Okay, so it enters American airspace over Alaska. So why the hell it wasn't shot down right then and then left to make up this daft story. Well, anyway, Montana is where it shows up, where we first kind of hear about this thing. February the 1st, okay? So we've got February the 1st and we've got Montana, okay? And if we go to February the 1st, okay, no doubt it's the 333rd day of the year. We have the 333. We're also going to have 33 as the 33rd day of the year is the 2nd of February. We're also going to have this 331 number, which again is in my chart of Lorraine. Let me show you that very quickly as well. Okay, it comes across on this diagonal here, if you can follow my cursor, 331, okay, which is actually 2-3, the 3rd of February, which we have coming across on this diagonal for the cross of St. Andrew that's in here. And this is the other diagonal with our two big number jumps, which are 7,810 days from 9/11/2001 takes us to the 29th of January, and this other date here, the 7,910 day jump on this side of that diagonal, takes us to the 9th of May, which is also encoded right here. So this is interesting that this set of numbers is being referenced with the balloon as well. Let's whiz back to the thingamajob bob here, and the 4th, okay, again with the 33. 330 days left in the year, okay, and this 35 is also important. The 35, let me show you, hang on a second. Right, so let me show you, hang on, click the right button this time. Here's our 5335, okay. 5335, still on this leg here, this final leg here. Let me show you it. Let's go back to this. So there's our 35, again, the year year of the dollar bill, year of the Hoover Dam, year of Elvis. 35, an important year, okay. And that's the 4th, okay. So we've got 4 days inclusive with this thing, yeah, where it shows up in Montana on the 1st and then it's shot down on the 4th. So again with Lazarus, 4 days, and of course the moon is representing the representing the matrix, yeah. The matrix, I believe, is more of a reference to Lazarus, okay. Jesus's friend, Jesus' friend, man's friend, okay, is the system that we use, right? That system that we use, the matrix, when it dies, I believe we're kind of wanting a reference, a 4-day reference with that idea. Whereas when we have the kind of spiritual ego death of ourselves, that's more in alignment with Jesus, a 3-day resurrection thing going on there. But anyway, I'm getting way too sidetracked here. So there's our numbers, all 33s, you know, and again, 33. Again, that's the moon coming back in balance with the sun every 33 years. And that's, of course, the death and resurrection of Jesus, 33. So, again, this whole balloon thing is basically a story of the death of the Matrix and resurrection again, okay? Because with the death of the Matrix comes the resurrection of man, okay? It shows up in, you know, Montana, okay? I mean, we can change this around phonetically. We can say Moon-Tana, okay, or Moon and Anna together. There's a cross in the middle here. This T forms the cross. Okay, let's just look at it like this. So we've got the moon at the start, M-O-N, and then the T, the cross, and then Anna for the sun afterwards. Okay, so we've got those two things referencing there. Okay, you could also say, I don't know what you could say. You could say the whole thing starts at the Mount of Anna, like the mountain, or the mounting of Anna by the Matrix. You know, the whore is the Matrix. The whore rides the sun. If you get what I'm saying here, mounting of An. Okay, the sun has been mounted. The moon is on the sun. I don't know. I mean, hopefully you're following what I'm saying. I know that sounds completely crazy, but that's the reference I'm getting. Now, some other people have talked about Joe Montana because this thing floats over. It kind of does a homecoming because it's going to float over Kansas City, and of course, I believe actually it's Kansas City, Missouri side where it's spotted, but I don't know. But the idea of Kansas being the center of the country, you know, that home point, you know, Dorothy has to get home to Kansas, and again we've got that reference with Joe Montana, and then we've got the reference with the Super Bowl and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Okay, but anyway, cracking on with this. That was on the 3rd when they spotted that thing over over Kansas City, and or somewhere around that area, and the 4th is when this thing gets shot down. Let's see here. I shoot down 4th. The balloon drifted to the Carolinas. Blah blah blah. Shut off a bunch of stuff. F-22 Raptor. Okay, great. And it did. You know, there was no explosion. As no, you know. Hang on a minute. Let me just read this. It was unclear if the missile was armed with a warhead, and rather relied on kinetics, which would be obvious. You know, you just shoot the missile straight through the thing and deflate it. Deflating the ball again. No, I'll go back to Tom Brady now. But as no explosion was seen on the video. Okay, but get this: debris was dispersed over an area of about 7 square miles. How the hell, with no explosion, do you spread debris that far? I mean, it's going to theoretically it would just shoot straight through the balloon. Okay, the missile might end up being breaking up and spreading over 7 miles, but the balloon itself, it should just kind of hiss a little bit and then drop straight down, shouldn't it? Easy pickup. It's just, you know, I mean, just why they put this rubbish in here? Probably to encode this 7. And the 7 squared again is 49. So it's probably just to encode 7 squared. And 7 squared, yes, is 49. And what am I trying to get to is that the resurrection of Jesus this year, Easter Sunday, is 4/9. You know, so you know, this is just made up stories. This is just a made up story just to put that idea out there into the world. Okay? So I don't know. I don't know how this stuff exactly works, but that is what I'm getting from this. This is all about resurrection. This is about the destruction of the Matrix and, you know, restarting the whole system. Okay? Now, you know, this kind of stuff that's done, maybe there is some kind of magic to it in the way that if you were the ruling elite and you know that time is up for the system, you know, it can't go on growing exponentially forever. It just can't do that. You can't have that kind of growth. So at some point that thing has to come to a big crashing halt. And if you're going to try to bring this thing to a big crashing halt, would you encode kind of on a spiritual level now that thing being destroyed? Do you prepare consciousness for that event via these kind of rituals? I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly how it works. Why people are doing, why they're doing this? Are they somewhere in the back of their mind thinking that they're doing some kind of favor to man? This is somehow going to enlighten man, doing these little rituals like this. I don't know really, but the thing to take away from it is the metaphor. That's what the thing to be learnt from this is instead of worrying about the whole story as a whole, the thing is just to go beyond that superficial argument, if you like, about what's going on here, and look at the metaphor that's behind the scenes. What does this mean? Anyway, I've waffled enough. I think that you get the idea. Yeah, China balloon, just complete nonsense in terms of actual story, but a spiritual message behind that thing. Yeah. So this thing finally comes to an end out over the Atlantic. Okay, 4 days later, 4 days inclusive. Okay, of its little trip across America. Okay, hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Be pretty quick here, actually. All right, cheers, bye.